Welcome back to the We Got This podcast, the podcast that we started because we really wanted to have more opportunities for our community to be able to talk, listen, get together for the things that we might need to hear 45 to 60 minutes about. And that's why today I am so excited to welcome our friend, amazing fellow thriver, badass, talented Broadway actress, and all the things that we're going to get into, Kara Lindsay. Massey, how should we refer
I
to
know,
you?
it says Kara Massey. That's my legal name. Or Kara Lindsay. Hi. Thank you so
Hi,
much for having
welcome. Thank
me.
you. I'm so excited. Full disclosure, we've been talking now for close to an hour um,
Yes.
of diving into all the things, which is what happens, I think, when you get two people like us together, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
There was a lot. We could have kept going and then we had to stop ourselves.
Or we were like, let's not keep going without recording it. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're
I know. That's gold.
it's
Too
cold.
bad.
Yeah.
Next
So,
time.
okay, there's a few to keep us on schedule, really to keep myself because I'm all over the
Let's do
place.
it. I'm ADD.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Me too. So there's a few things that I'm excited to get into and then all the things in between and around it. But
Okay.
we originally connected through Instagram, which I love that's how we got connected. And then of course uncovered that we have like all of these mutual friends, and all these amazing things, and which is awesome. And then you've been helping me out working on a really exciting event in New York, which I'm pretty much looking for any excuse to go to New York. So this is really cohesive with that part of my mission of life too. And then talking in general, which is probably where we should start about, this whole cancer thing and how it hit you, not too long
Mm,
ago. And this
did.
survivorship, thrivership, however you identify it with, is where we're on this road together now. You're stuck with me,
Yeah.
whether you like that or not.
Oh
And
no, you're stuck with me. I mean, I was saying when we weren't recording how I just reached out to you on Instagram and you were one of the first people. I hadn't even met you. I just was like, I love her vibe. She's amazing. I don't know if you did this, like when you're first diagnosed, it's like I didn't really tell many people because I didn't really know all the information yet. So I was looking for other people online that were going through breast cancer. And I didn't even understand the different types yet. It was just more like young women around my age. And to see your attitude surrounding, your treatment and what you're going through, I was like, yep, that's how I want to be.
well,
You're
that
you're
means a
my
lot to me.
you're
Thank
my
you.
inspo.
Well, I appreciate that so much, and that means so much to me. And I know that
Sure.
you're so modest to dig into part of this that I'll dig into. Is it was funny because when you did message me and we were talking, and I just was like, we were talking about this, and I saw later too that you like wore We Got This
I
bracelet,
did.
and
I made it myself.
like amazing. And if Little Words Project reaches out to you, I don't think I'm like a big enough influencer for them to reach out to me. I've tried reaching out to them. I really want to do We
Really?
Got This bracelet. Yeah.
Let's chat with them. Or you know what? Let's just make them ourselves. Like, with some real Taylor Swifties style.
Totally, totally. Yes.
That's right. So I was doing Once Upon a Mattress on Broadway at the time of my diagnosis. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into this at this moment.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go in.
Okay, let's jump in. So I was standing by for Sutton Foster on Broadway.
No big deal.
For those of you, okay, I didn't know if people know. I mean, she's a massive deal on Broadway. And I know she's done a lot of TV work too. So people do know who Sutton Foster is. She's iconic, amazing.
Yeah.
No big deal to
Younger.
be.
I'm obsessed with the show Younger
Oh,
too.
younger, yeah. Or Bunheads lasted for a moment. But she's incredible and like ageless somehow. But anyway, so it's so cool to like get the offer to stand by for a Broadway icon like her. We were at the Hudson Theater, and opening night, we get all gussied up and do the whole red carpet, and um that I wore this dress that were like my boobs had to be really pressed in. And you do the thing where you like adjust them to so they're not like facing down. You like adjust them. And I was like, well, that's weird. I like felt something, like a little like lumpy gum kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. But I had no other symptoms, nothing else, because I like Googled things and then Google basically told me most likely it's a cyst. Generally when you Google things, it tells you you have cancer. But in my case, it was telling me it was probably a cyst. So I was like, okay. Um, and then I did know that I have BRCA2. So I have a BRCA2 gene that runs in my family. I was 39 when I felt this. So anyway, cut to September, and I had my mammogram on September 11th. I don't know why I would choose to do it that day. But that's when they did diagnostic mammograms out here in New Jersey, and um, I was still under the impression that it was probably nothing, but let me just check. I was like, I should be smart about this. I do know that I have the BRCA2 gene. So I went and they were concerned. And just their concern, I was like, I'm moving all of my stuff to Memorial Sloan Kettering because that's where I felt comfortable. So I moved it all there. And I went through a series of like 3 different biopsies because they kept getting different solutions. So like it said different things. Like one of them said just DCIS. And then one of them said that I had a lymph node that was positive. So they were like, how did DCIS spread to your lymph node? That didn't make sense. So they 3 different biopsies. And then before that, though, when trying to get into Memorial Sloan Kettering, I was like Googling the breast center at Memorial Sloan Kettering, and my friend's name popped up, Michelle Caridi, who I grew up with. So she is a plastic surgeon at Memorial Sloan Kettering. She does breast reconstruction.
This sounds
And
very convenient.
unbelievable. So I was like, Michelle Caridi, I have known her since I was in elementary school. So I reached
Wow.
out to her and I said, Michelle, here's the thing. I haven't talked to you in ages. And here's what I'm going through. I can't get in through the gates of Memorial Sloan Kettering because anybody that has cancer in this area wants to go there. I don't know yet that I do. Hopefully, I don't know, but like I have this gene, so like let me go here. She's like, I'm gonna help you. So she's like helped me every step of the way. She did my reconstruction.
Wow, shout out to
Uh,
Michelle.
Michelle Caridi, she's my girl. She's the best, Dr. Caridi. Every time I go to the office, I'm like, hey, Dr. Caridi. Like we danced together. We did show choir. Like we grew up doing the musicals. She went on to like save women's bodies, and I kept singing and dancing.
I
So
think that show choir should be a prerequisite to, bedside manner of doctors. I think this makes a lot of
honestly,
sense, actually.
she could sing and dance for you and make you a breast. So that's pretty great.
I'm gonna make you a breast. Love that.
Like it's a cookie. Um, anyway, so yeah, all that happened in September. I was doing the show, but I was standing by. So most of the time you are like waiting off stage, basically. If something goes wrong, that's when you go on stage and you stand in for the role. In my case, it was Winifred Sutton Foster's role. And I was doing all this, but nobody knew. Nobody knew what was going on except my stage manager. And it was a lot to carry, not really being able to tell your coworkers when you see them 6 days a week because you have 1 day off a week when you do theater. And I yeah, it was tough. And then also it's so physical what I'm doing. So after a biopsy, you can't like lift things or whatever. And I was like, can I though? Can I still? And they're like, can you just at least wait 24 hours? Like, okay, I can do that. I just there's this feeling when I knew something was off. I knew that it was probably cancer, but I just didn't know what kind, how far, all the things.
Mhm.
There's this feeling that you don't want it to take away from any awesome experience. It's like it's like we're battling each other. Cancer is over here and I'm over here. And I'm like, don't you dare take this experience, this joy from me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, no, I'm still gonna do my job because I love it. And then I started chemo October 24th of what year was it? 2024? 2024. Yeah.
Sounds right.
October 24th of 2024. Anyway, you're like, sure, I don't know, Kara. I don't know your life.
Well, no, I was trying to think
Um,
of, like, how long we've been messaging. I'm like, "That sounds
yeah.
about right."
Um, and so I knew it would then I found out that I had stage 2B breast cancer where it was like and it's HR positive, hormone receptor positive, HER2 negative, and it was in my lymph nodes. So we decided to do chemo first, and I went for my first chemo infusion October 24th, and the next day my stage manager called me and was like, so Sutton's out. Do you think you could do it? And I was like, yes. So, they like give you a ton of
Yeah.
steroids and all of the things. And it was my very first
Oh, I
chemo infusion.
totally know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was that, what do they call it? The Red Devil. However, the nurse oncologist was like, I call it the Red Angel. It's like, I love that perspective. That's everything's mental. Still felt devilish inside my
But
body.
so
But
you basically you did this
so
on the Red Devil?
yes. So the next
That
day
has to be you have to be the
after
only
my
person that's ever been on Broadway while on the Red Devil.
I don't know, but it was insane. So my mom was in town because she was helping me with so I have a 6-year-old son, and then my husband's working full time. So she was like helping with my son and everything. And um she's like, "You're gonna go on stage right now?" And I was like, "Yes." But I also like talked to my doctor. I was like, "Is this crazy?" And they're like, do you? Like, what do you feel like
I
right
love
now? And
that.
I'm
I
like,
love that
I
they
don't
said that.
know. I don't know. And I was like, told and my stage manager is amazing. Cody Renard is like just the most delightful. And he was like, who cares? Like, if you can't get through it, just say, we'll stop. It's a play, like we'll stop. It's not a play, it's a musical, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll stop and then the other cover will go on. But if you feel good right now, let's do it. So I went the day after my first chemo of Red Devil, I went on stage and did Winifred on Broadway and Once Upon a Mattress. And then I proceeded to do the whole weekend because she was out the
That's
whole weekend.
that's the pull quote here. That what you just said was one of the coolest statements I think to ever been said. That's
Oh,
amazing.
oh, no, it just, it's that feeling. That feeling was so strong in me of like, I don't want cancer to keep me from enjoying things. Like and because those things that I enjoy are me. Like it are part of me and are what make me who I am. So like, cancer tends to strip you of a lot of things, literally.
Yes. And I love that
And
that happened to you so early on in your experience because that, like,
mm,
pun intended here, that set the stage for for how,
yeah.
you've gone through and live with the fact that you're a cancer survivor and thriver, and, like, how amazing that that was your instinct, and then that was also the people around you's instinct of how to support you. Because it's one thing
Yeah.
to, like you don't wanna do something dangerous, like, you don't wanna play injured and hurt yourself and all this kinda stuff, but
In front of
if the
thousands of people, like, what a horrible
totally.
thing.
But if the people who are the experts and the people who know you and know the options are, like, evaluating this with you and you're weighing out, the pros and cons, and the pros so outweighed the cons on this, like, do
Yeah.
it, like, live the life, do the stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and, my mom obviously came to the show, I think both to, like, see it, but also, like, she needs to be there. But it was honestly, I think, so a lot of performers have, like, stage fright or a little bit like, we get nervous. I get nervous. And especially as a standby when you don't do the role often. Like,
Oh
I
my
had a
god,
few rehearsals, like, I hadn't done it really, but, like, the worry over small mistakes just completely evaporated. It was just like, "My god, I just had chemotherapy yesterday. I don't care if I mess up a word. I'm here." And it was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in my life. I'll never forget it.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
because of all the steroids, which I'm sure you know very
I've
well,
done a lot of productive shit on steroids.
but I was like buzzing. I was just like, I can
And you
conquer
deserve to
the world.
be. Yes.
And Winifred runs around the stage. Like she's batshit crazy. Am I allowed to swear on this? It's too late.
Yeah,
Um,
sure. Yeah.
okay. She's crazy. Like she's this wild quote unquote princess and she runs around the stage. But they toss her around. Like it's a very physical role. So by the third day of me going on and the steroids wearing off, I was like, you know, like gonna faint. Um, but it was all worth it. It was great. And then I continued chemo and was able to still be standing by. They gave me new so when you wear a wig in the show, they attach the wig to your actual hair. But my hair was falling out from chemo, and I still did the cold capping, but it didn't really work. Um, and then when I needed to shave my head because I didn't need to, but I didn't want it to keep falling out. It felt
Oh, I
like
totally
gross.
understand that. I did the same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. It's like in a friend of mine, Krista Rodriguez, she's also a breast cancer thriver, survivor. She's also in theater and she's been like my muse because she had the same stage, like the same exact circumstance. She
Yeah.
was 30 when she was diagnosed. And she said, "You're gonna know when it's time to shave your head or not. You'll just know." And it was exactly like you just all the clumps. I'm like, I don't want to clog my drain anymore. So then I asked the person who does the wigs if they would shave my head for me. And they did. And it was like a big party backstage. Like people just came because I finally told everybody, obviously, once my hair started falling out. And they were so supportive. We had a party. I was like, I don't want this to be sad. It's just hair. Everything else is what's sad about it. Let's just like, when am I ever going to be bald? Because so much of like our this business is like your appearance, and I would never shave my head unless a role required it. So I was
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna shave my head. Let's party.
The ultimate
Um,
role of life.
yes. Honestly, though, that's a really good quote. As cliche and cheesy as it is, it
I
actually
was,
really
I
was
was like half
true.
kidding, but it hit. I feel like it
It
landed.
did. It really
But I'm
moved
picturing
me.
this like amazing energy of party backstage and everyone probably being so like grateful to be able to support you. Like whereas at the beginning you're probably not wanting to like make tell everyone and you don't, and all this stuff and everyone's probably feeling this is how I feel with creating We Got This in the community of like how we make
Mm.
giving and receiving easier in hard times is I would imagine, I bet if you ask them, I would imagine this is the case that they're probably all like so grateful that they get to support you in this, like, to be a
Oh,
part of that for someone. I don't think people know how to do that, and when we let
that's
them
so
in for that.
sweet. Yeah, that's a good point. I think like pre all of this cancer stuff, I didn't want to like not waste people's time, but like ask too much of people or like it's like, "Oh, you don't worry about it." And I still was telling them like the spot where the wig department was right in the middle of the backstage. So when people would walk into the theater, they passed by, so I wasn't saying I'm shaving my head, come party with me. It was I'm shaving my head. This is why this is not a sad thing. I'm celebrating. Feel free to stop by, but just so you know, this is happening. But people ended up literally coming and watching and like we played music and the song I Am Not My Hair. It's a great song. It's fabulous. Is it India RE? Anyway, it's a great song like for anyway,
Yeah, I gotta
cancer
check that
patients
out.
that are going to be shaving their heads. Um so I did that and then the show continued through November and then it went to LA and I stayed here and continued chemo. I was supposed to go to LA, but I stayed here obviously. And but like having Once Upon a Mattress, oh shoot. Having Once Upon a Mattress to
Is everything
like,
okay?
yeah, no, it's like so funny. This is like perfect timing. My Kisqali is being delivered right now,
Oh,
you know. Cancer. Uh,
cancer. Cancer's at your door.
the cancer killer, hopefully.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so anyway, just having the joy of Once Upon a Mattress every day, at the beginning of like my treatment was so essential. And then I went on to do like the double mastectomy with my dear friend Michelle Caridi. Um, and I had the lymph node removal to the full axillary lymph dissection, which
Do you have
is,
lymphedema or anything from that? Oh,
are
there it
they able to
is.
see? They can see, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah. So I wear that every day. It's very, very mild lymphedema, but it's something that like I'll have to deal with. And I was just at PT this morning for it. So it's like these maintenance things right now. And then yeah, so and then I did radiation, and I'm doing the hormone blocking Lupron and exemestane, and then the what Kisqali. It's like the immunotherapy. Um, so that's where I am at now. And I think the misconception is, and it's my fault to like at least people in my life that aren't like my immediate family or close circle of friends, is that I'm done. They're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, congratulations. You did it. You're cancer free." And I'm like, "Well, I am? Great. Thank you so much."
Well, I don't think it's your fault. I think that I can relate to this the most that I've been able to, I think, relate to it currently. And what I think it is I think that we are simultaneously wanting to celebrate the good
Yeah,
things happening while also trying to understand how to still be in the fact that a lot of this is still happening to us. And it's confusing for us as patients, so imagine how confusing it is for us to then have to translate that to the people who care about us, and it's
absolutely.
confusing. It's confusing to us, imagine how confusing it is to the average person not going through it.
Yeah, and I think that's so true. I think about myself before all of this. Like I've learned so much about cancer and breast cancer specifically and how different each diagnosis is. And even like unless you're stage 0, like you're not cancer free. It's like they can't say cancer free, they say no evidence of disease, right?
Mhm.
And that's huge. It's a huge win, and should be celebrated. But also specifically with this, it's like I am the a majority of this type of the treatment for this type of cancer is the hormone blocking. It's a massive part of this treatment that I haven't really shared because I think that I have a hard time accepting it, honestly. But
Totally understandable.
and it's also something you can't see. Like you can't see hormone blocking. You can
Mhm.
see a double mastectomy, you can see chemotherapy, you can even see radiation. But you can't see hormone blocking. However, it has like massive effects, and domino effects of things. So, um, that's where I'm at now. But anyway, you
Well,
can't see
'cause
it, but it's happening.
you've experienced and are experiencing so many different wins, but you're
Yeah.
not across the finish line that
Sure.
everyone would define that as.
Yes.
And in a lot of ways, will we ever be, by people's definition of beating it or what that looks like? And so that's been where I've been like, we need to redefine this and we need to find these checkpoints that we can celebrate also while not
Yeah.
celebrating in a way that like everything else is done. Like we have to be able to simultaneously be happy that one thing can be accomplished or be over while also being okay with mourning the fact that there's certain things that change in your day-to-day life that, like, you
Yeah.
will experience forever or you have experienced that you now know you've experienced forever, like, This shit's
Yeah.
complicated.
It really is. And I look back to like when I was first diagnosed and like saying, "Oh, I should be done with this soon. Like I can't wait to be beyond this." And it's like I was so naive. I didn't know. I didn't know.
But maybe like we're naive when we need to be, because at first it's like we're just going through it. And a friend of mine said to me originally how, like, once you decide to shave your head or your hair is really coming out, like that's when you stop getting to decide whether or not people know that you have cancer.
Yes. Yes.
But
Great
on the
point.
flip side, now no one, if someone didn't know you, they just assume you have short hair. They don't know that you've gone through X, Y, and Z and you're going through X, Y, and Z now and all these other
Yeah.
things. And so it's this impossible balance to figure out.
It is. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. You don't
And I think
know.
at the end of the day, it's like, we need to live anyway, right? And so we need to do the show anyway. The show must go on
Hey, that's
because we
right.
deserve to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure, like, I mean, people must be shocked when you talk to them and explain, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, you understand. Because when people come up and talk to you, they don't realize what you're going through, and they must be incredibly surprised when they hear that you have stage 4 breast cancer and you look so healthy. You look so normal. It's not like what we would think of as a cancer patient, specifically stage 4, right?
Totally.
So that
You know
must
what always
be
surprises me the most is, of course, you expect that from like the everyday person, right? And just like what I thought cancer was before having it myself. But what
mm,
actually surprised me a lot is like when I go for scans or other doctor's appointments or other things, and when people in the medical field are so shocked too. Because,
hey, I think you should pat yourself on the back for that, honestly. I think that's just like a
well, I
testament to like
didn't,
your
okay, well, okay, I will. That's fair.
superhero-ness.
That's fair. But I mean more like we expect, I think, a lot out of like just like how like you're a singer, right? And if someone expected you to know every genre of music and singing and acting and all these things, like I think that we a lot of times expect that from the medical fields, right? And so we
Mm,
and this is, I think, a lot of the problem of why we want to make sure we do these things. Like we're having podcast episodes with experts and people so that people don't have to Google stuff or just get information
mm.
from influencers and things like that. It's like,
Like me.
right? Like we kind of think like, everyone should know everything about everything, and that's really not the case a lot of the time.
Mm.
I and so, yeah, I don't know, it just made me think of that, which is a bit of a tangent, but we already mentioned ADD, so it's fine. But
This is the ADD podcast where anything
yeah,
is possible. Squirrel?
like let's get started talking about May 26th and what it's gonna be.
May 26th, 7 p.m., Green Room 42 in New York City. Be there, be square. Um, because it's going to be a party. We're going to do a fundraiser for We Got This, and there's going to be a lot of Broadway performers performing their favorite songs. So I don't know exactly who to tell you right now, but I have a list in my brain.
Yeah,
Um,
and we can post this too as enticing for that list in your brain, you
oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah, let's keep the mystery alive.
Oh, that's what yeah, we're keeping the mystery alive. You gotta show up to find out.
I like that. I mean, as you were saying how it's a party, like, I feel like this can be kinda like Kara's backstage party, like
Should I shave my head again? Just kidding.
no, you don't have to do that. As I was saying, when people are like, "I'll shave my head for you," or all that, I'm like, "Please don't. Please,
I
please."
know, right? But no, I don't want you to do that unless you're wanting it.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm
I
happy to
support
be your
whatever you want
excuse.
your hair to be.
Yeah. Yeah. We could just pretend.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it could be our We Got This Broadway party.
Yeah, but you've just been so, wonderful and always generous and asking like, is there anything you can do to help and support and all these things? And, it was a friend in New York who was like, there's some really cool events. Like, we talked about like the Janice Jam and all these things. Like maybe we could do something cool
Yeah.
on Broadway for We Got This. And I didn't even know what I was asking you. I was just kind of like, here's the thing I heard about. And you were like, yes.
Uh-huh. We
and I
sing,
appreciate it
we
means
raise
so much
money
to her.
for We Got This. And I mean, it's such a cool organization. I mean, there is nothing like this. And okay, I have to get my Kisqali.
Oh, yeah, get your meds, get
This
your
is
meds.
such a cancer moment. Hold on.
We're pausing for cancer medication.
Hilarious. And the
There it is.
temperature. Man, anyway.
I was doing for so long pretending like I was excited to get a package, and then, like, it was always my, one of my oral chemo meds. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's not as fun. It worked though. It's been working. I've been on it for
Is this the
over
one you're on now?
I'm on a few things. So, like, today's infusion is Herceptin,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then, I was on Herceptin and Perjeta currently, which long story, like, I'm on, like, my 6th line of treatment now. We paused Perjeta because of some GI issues, but,
Oh geez.
and then I've been taking a oral med called Tucatinib, which sounds like catnip, or the generic name's Tukysa. Yeah, it's a cool one, but it breaks the blood-brain barrier, and so I've been on that ever
Okay.
since having a couple brain tumors, and it's, you know, 2 pills away 4 pills a day. 4 pills a day has kept the brain tumors away. It's the first
Oh
time
good.
I've said that. I never have done
I
that,
mean,
but
that's gonna be their new slogan. Yeah,
there you
they
go.
should pay you for that, just so you
They
know.
should. They should pay me for that.
Oh man, gosh.
No, it's yeah. Okay, so you just got your
I
Kisqali.
got
How
I
do you
got
say
it, I
it?
got it, I got it, yeah,
Kisqali?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all is well. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, back to business.
Yeah.
In other cancer news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this awesome event. I've never been to something like this, so I'm just so excited because so my husband Eric, his whole family are entertainers, like
Oh
magicians,
my
theater.
gosh. That's
Yeah, and he's a drummer, musician.
Does he wanna be the drummer for our concert? Just
I
kidding. He
mean,
doesn't have to be.
probably he would love to.
We'd
Yeah.
have to make charts for him. This is all happening in real time. We're like doing the
Yeah, yeah,
podcast
in
is
real time
about
we'll figure
planning the
out who.
concert.
Yeah, I'll set up a call for you and Eric, and the music director to figure that out, but he's, yeah, he would, for sure, like, something or so he'd play, we have a We Got This anthem maybe you guys could do a rendition
Oh yeah,
on,
what
we'll
is
have
it?
to
We
figure that out.
got what how does it go again?
Whoa. I don't wanna sing.
Don't make me sing, you know that
Yeah, yeah.
SNL episode. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But, and, it's funny too because I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I actually before high school, I loved theater. I actually did plays, like, at summer camp growing up and all of that, and in middle school, and actually my favorite part, I was the queen in Once Upon a Mattress.
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh. So you sang that song Quiet. Quiet.
Yeah, oh my god. I don't
Queen
remember it
is
now, but I
quiet.
had, like, where I was like, "Too bad, my dear, too bad." It was, like, so evil.
Ooh. See,
Yeah, I
Broadway
loved
should have
it.
hired you. What the heck?
Yeah, I was Pumbaa one time too. Hakuna Matata.
Yes. Okay, so what song will Elissa be
No
singing
song, but
at
I
this
was always the
concert?
comedic relief part where, like, because I couldn't sing, everyone, like, excused it because I was, like, fun enough.
Well, maybe we sing Hakuna Matata.
Hey, that would be fun. Hey, that actually relates to our vibe too, you
Yeah.
know?
Hakuna
Yeah.
Matata.
Yeah. I'm so excited to be an audience member. Like, when you were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna, like, plan this and you get to, like, come and enjoy it." And I was like,
Well,
"What?"
you're gonna say things. We need you to say like what
No, I would love
We
to
Got
say
This is
things.
about.
Yes, yes.
You say
But
things,
no,
but then
this
you
is
just get to
this is
chill.
exciting. Yeah.
And then
What
and have
else you said?
I said then you just get to chill and have people sing in your face.
I love that. I love that. So people will get people singing in their face. They'll
Mhm.
get to be amongst some amazing
Broadway
people,
artists.
Broadway artists, fellow thrivers. They'll
Yeah.
be uplifted and inspired.
I'm sure
They'll
there'll be stories. We're gonna tell
Yeah,
stories.
I love that.
Yeah. I guess, what are some of your favorite Broadway shows? Or it doesn't even have to be Broadway. We can do some like, pop favorites. It doesn't have to
Oh, I
it
love
could be
that
Broadway
too.
artists singing some pop
Yeah.
songs too.
A lot of my favorite Broadway shows are, like, my husband's least favorites. But
Love this.
yeah, so growing up, I was obsessed with Grease, the movie first. And I would go back and forth depending on my phases and different days where I'd be Danny Zuko, but then the next day I'd be, like Sandy at the end of the movie. I'd go from like very all spectrums of it.
I got chills. They're multiplying.
I remember one time I was like 10 and like my dad got home from work or something and I was all dressed up as like Sandy in like the black dress. My mom curled my hair and I go like how you doing, stud?
Was he like, you're my daughter?
Like, what is happening?
What
What
is
is
going
happening?
on?
But then I moved on and I played more sports in my adult life than in high school. But I'm just so excited for all of this and to be a part of it. Coming to see you in Romeo and Michelle was like just
Oh, I'm
joy. It was just like so much joy. I went with one of my best friends, Nicole, who will
oh
definitely be
yeah,
coming to
that's
this event
oh
too.
good.
Yeah, and just like I think that all the events we do, whether it's a fundraiser or like a give back thing, I always kind of try to make it both. Like we did the comedy thing, like Cancer is a Joke, and while it was a fundraiser, it was also like meant to be a way for us to be able to come together as a community and laugh at the hard stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all these things. And so I think this is like such a great example of that in a way that we haven't gone to do before. So I'm so grateful that we get to do it, and thank you for
I
helping to lead the way.
I'm so grateful for the same reasons. I think, first of all, we need joy. I know that that's like it's definitely reiterated in the arts world right now, and but I think definitely in the cancer community, like joy, cancer's heavy, and it's nice to have lightness, and I think uh, then community and being able to laugh with our fellow thrivers and raise money for an amazing organization. I mean, I tell you, so Brett Shuford, who unfortunately recently passed away, he had a very rare type of cancer, but he was like suddenly met with all of these, treatments, and like his body just was going through it and very fast.
Yeah.
And he and his husband lived in Orlando. They used to be on Broadway, and they're incredible artists, and they have a little son. And they were just like they had just moved to a new city and didn't have a lot of community, but suddenly needed so much, because they were parents of a tiny child and dealing with a crazy cancer diagnosis. And I sent him your a link to your site because I was this is how we can help you, instead of us always reaching out to you and saying, "Hey Brett, what do you need? Like how can we help you?" And that's like the worst question when you're going through cancer, you're going through cancer treatment because you don't have brain cells to think. You're like, I want to know how I can get water in my throat right now or get sleep. Like I don't want to
Yes.
tell people or respond to messages because I can't even remember that they messaged me. Um, so it was like, just have your husband fill this out, like, because at least he might know some things that you might need or whatever. I don't know that they ever got to around to it, but he was like, this is amazing. This is such a cool thing, and blah, blah, blah. One thing they were needing, and I don't know if this is something we can register for, was childcare.
Yeah, so right now you can register for childcare if it's like sold on a website. Like if it's something you can pretty much register for anything that's done through an e-commerce platform, but you
Mm,
also can request donations just like GoFundMe. So you could kind of put in the notes, because I tell people all the time, like let people know that like you still need date nights. You still need help with stuff. Like amidst all of this abnormality and like a lot of pain and hardship and all this stuff, there's going to be these moments where you need to feel human. And
yeah.
you said about how we need joy. And I think no one would dispute that. And we say that so much, like we need help, we need joy, we need to help people and all this stuff. But I think we very rarely, when it's ourselves, identify the fact that we deserve it. Like we deserve
Hmm.
joy. We deserve to be helped.
Preach it.
That.
It's so true. We
Right?
do.
And we say it to other people, but, like, I'm sure you can relate, like, when we're in it, we lose sight of that, and we start being like, "It's okay, like, I don't need anything, just you reaching out is enough." And
And
that's
it
why
is.
and it
It
is.
is.
That's true, but at the same time, like, just like how the people I'm sure felt so, like I said, grateful to be a part of that celebration of you taking that control back of shaving your head,
Hmm.
and
That's exactly what I
celebrating
was
with
saying I
you.
was doing, was taking my control back. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like I'm so excited for this event, because it goes with the theme and what I feel so strongly about of that, like we deserve to live like it matters. Like we deserve to do
Mm.
these things. And I think that we should do it together. Like we say it a lot and we do fundraisers. Like there's lots of galas and different things for organizations and research and nonprofits that are fantastic. And then there's events and retreats and stuff that might be survivorship stuff or for patients. I like doing them at the same time. Like, I think that
Hmm.
we can all be together because, like, when we go through this, we're a part of it with everyone involved. Like, our husbands and our children and our friends and our family and people who might not even know us. Like, when you reached out and didn't know, and it was so funny because you had reached out and then like months went by before you announced having cancer. And then when you did, I
Many.
had friends reach out being like, "You should reach out to this Broadway actress I'm a big fan of." And then I went to your account, I was like, "Oh my god, we've been messaging for like 6 months."
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
But
I'm gonna tell a complete stranger. And I
which
feel
I
like,
so appreciate and I'm grateful that you did that. But I think that like, we say things like we need joy and we're better together and like these like catchphrases, right? But I think we don't always really live them because we don't necessarily feel it for ourselves when we deserve it the most. And so I
yeah.
think that this will be a night of coming together to be the we got
Yeah.
this for each other.
Be the we. Yes. Everything you say is a great like slogan.
Thank you.
Everything that comes out of your mouth. It's like, put
I
that on
just
a
like I've been
bumper
talking
sticker.
about this like 24/7 for the past,
Yeah.
nearly 5 years but it's these types of conversations that like, because sometimes people be like, "Oh, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want," or things like that, and there's certain things where it's like, "Man, this is like all I wanna talk about is how we deserve
Oh,
to be happy," like this is what's
yes.
important.
Well, I think that whole, that phrase YOLO, I think anybody that's gone through or is going through cancer treatments understands that phrase more than anyone. You only live once. Let's freaking live it up.
Exactly, and you don't need a cancer diagnosis to do that, and if people, they can use ours as an example.
I mean, I think that's true though. I'm sure people in your circle that are close to you, watching you go through what you're going through, do feel that through you. Because I know that that's happening for me. Would imagine it's happening for you. When somebody close to you, somebody is going through all of this, it's an eye-opening moment. It's like, yeah, it's an awakening.
Definitely. Ooh, it's a spring awakening.
Hey, musicals.
Musicals.
Broadway.
That'll be like the thing of the night, like musicals.
Musicals.
Well,
Ooh, we
I
could do
love
like
this. I
trivia. That could be fun.
what I wanna do since, like, we're gonna I we, oh my god, I can't use words. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to round out this here, which I feel like we could talk for so much more, and we should probably do some other stuff. But I also, like, the next time we're in person, I wanna record an episode for my podcast, Live Like It Matters, too.
Yes, let's do it.
That one, I always like it to be in person, so I was only doing it out here, like, at a studio, and then I've been taking it on the road with my camera, which has worked out well.
I guess I
But,
have to come to California.
I mean, that would be the ideal situation. Your whole family can come.
Aw, that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
before we downsize.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, 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 but seriously, anytime, you guys should come, it'd be really
I
fun.
would love that.
Um, but, okay, so I'm so excited for this event, And I think this is going to also be the first time that we've done any kind of We Got This event in New York City, which is really exciting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like we haven't done, I'm from Boston. I'm from outside of Boston, Andover, Mass, and I live in LA. So we've done events in LA and Boston, and we've done one in Florida, and we've never done one in New York. And this is like, we're going out with a bang, let's hit it hard.
Hey, oh, that's awesome. The inaugural, I think I was thinking as we were talking, this should be a yearly thing.
And I would love it. And like again, we've just been looking for excuses to go out on a double date with you and your husband, and we keep having to like
Let's do
change
it.
it for the different trips and things. So now we're like, that's the reason for the trip is that we all
It's
get
the
to
We
hang out.
Got This Broadway concert.
There we go. Well, I'm so
Let's do
excited to
it.
do this. Thank you for sharing the story too. I didn't realize that like, I mean, basically Once Upon a Mattress found your breast cancer, like
Oh my
without you
God.
adjusting your dress.
It wouldn't have found it. Well, yeah, it's true. It's a good point. It
You
did.
probably
And
would
it
you would
also
have found it, but that was the
it
defining
did. It was
moment.
the opening night.
It was the opening night
It was the opening
of
night.
quite
Yep.
quite the
Opening
show
night of
that
breast cancer.
yeah. Well, I'm here as an audience member, as a tech support, like whatever analogy used there throughout the entire, you know, lifelong run of this show that is breast cancer.
Right. Oh God.
So, we got this together for sure, and so
We
grateful
do.
to have you on our team and my team, and I just can't wait to do more amazing things together.
I'm so excited. So, our concert, We Got This on Broadway, May 26th, 7
Yeah,
p.m. It's going to be a
7
blast.
PM. Stay
We're going to
tuned
have so much
for
fun.
updated details, and we could really use lots of corporate sponsors. If there are individual donors that feel inclined, we'll be hitting you up. You just stay
Yeah,
tuned.
like Hermes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
They have money.
Yeah, if Hermes wants to just outfit us too, like that's allowed. Yeah.
It's allowed. I think we can accept that.
We got this.